Okay, next options we have it of the degradation and prevent of some how refresh work in a view. So right here we have it maintained instant draw frame rate, and currently it's set to 10 frames per second. So it's minimum, it's how fast you want to refresh it. Just example, your movie is 24, your TV is going 16 interlaced or 30 progressive scan. So 10 frames is not, it's quite a bit fast for this redraw. If it does not perform well, you can drop even lower. However, right here you can also see degradations happen. So let's go this next option, redraw without boxes on mouse up. So as soon when I'm done moving my object and I release my mouse, then that is start redrawing without boxes. So in some case when I move, I may have an object as a box, and when I release it, it's creating full object on for me. So adaptively display object as boxes when frame rate is too low. So it's a drop below 10 frame rates. So it can go up, but if it's a drop below this, then it start maybe using some boxes. For the object still is background rendering catch up with this. So again, this is kind of performance how you preview when you start dragging or active work for instant draw. So degraded mounts, it will initiate it when your resources reach these numbers. For example, disable advanced preview if resources drop below 25%. So all my resources, memory mostly, RAM will drop before 25. That is will resources my advanced preview will stop, and remove background draw geometries if resources below 10%. So when I have a background, and mostly will be you will find this when you create dynamic ecosystem populations or some lot of other small components on back view, you may reach this, then that's what background will stop, and you will start seeing the boxes appear and other options. So in this case, okay, next we have the view background options. You have a background color right here. You can see what we view. You can also use it paper as default, but remember also you can go inside the view and use it as a paper drop. You maybe use it paper drop as a reference if you want to model some based on terrain or some scenery. You can put it and use it as your reference till you compose in 3D. Okay, and next we're using Opengl Clipping. So I'm just set object which appear closer to or not. For example, near, if it's come closer to the camera, the object does not appear, or if they're far away, they will be not rendered as well. One thing I find out sometimes near distance, if you're doing a macro kind of render, you want actually is bring almost to the zero, because I find if I put it lower and I have it grass up front of the camera, because the near plane does not display in my 3D view. However, when I start render, I certainly see the grass just up front of the camera, and because this near plane distance clipping is occurred in my view. So in some cases you want maybe even set to the 0. So on this case, if it just have it up front of the camera, you will see up front. But again, most time after will work. But just in case, if you have it closer to the grass or macro type render or other effect, you probably want to set this to the 0 meters.